Let's look at this. NCC recently fined them for infractions. They said no adverts to phones, adverts that would increase traffic, unnecessarily, exactly, should not be allowed. And recently they fined them. Do you think that is enough?
Mind you, because people are complaining that, look, this network are congested. Sometimes you have 2 phones on your line. Really, we don't have business buying 5 phones. You have 2 phones on your hand. You're trying to call the other phone just to try if there's network. And then the next thing is telling you your phone is switched off. And the phone is right there. And so they said, okay, since you're talking about traffic, why don't you reduce the traffic? Because you cannot just blame the consumer.
By stopping those promos.
You cannot blame the consumer that, oh, maybe everybody's trying to make call at the same time. That's why there's traffic. You have promos also that you're loading on the traffic. So you need to reduce this traffic so that at least people will be able to make calls. Yes. And now, it's not about just reducing. It's about stopping. Give me an option. If I don't want to receive this, click on this number and the text message will never come to you again. If you don't want to receive these calls, click on these numbers and these calls will never come to you. So that's my issue.
I'm really interested in how we can stop them, Mr. Sherman, because truly the frequency with which they do it. Sometimes we're tempted to mention some network. I think people have 5 phones, and if you have 5 phones, you must have seen that, a particular network provider is really bent on...
MTN does it a lot.
A lot.
A lot.
They place calls to you now, and you say NCC, but we spoke with NCC on Friday, and of course, we just also saw Mr. Ojobo, the communications head there. How can anyone take legal action or go through the National Assembly?
Yeah, the issue with all of this legal action, that's why to me there is an agency set up to monitor some of this. Even going to the National Assembly, recently I was here discussing local content sometimes back, and fortunately the House Committee on Telecoms, I appeared before the House Committee on Telecommunications on Tuesday. They called me to come defend some of these positions, some of these allegations. MTN was invited to.
Allegations like?
Like not complying with our local content laws. And MTN was invited to, and they came with all sorts of stories and all of that, look, no, these are issues, and not, they are just a figment of our imaginations, which has always been their defense, because you have a situation where NCC will say that, look, don't worry, we're looking into the problem, committees have been set up, or that this really is not our jurisdiction. You should go to the Ministry of Communications, or you should go to the National Assembly. So these are the problems that we have. That's why you see this issue of drop calls invading your privacy. They really can't do anything, except we'll, as consumers collectively, press on and push harder that NCC should look into the matter and give us a window that, look, if you don't want to receive this, press this, and then it will never come again.
Okay, so NCC has to ensure that that option is provided for consumers.
Yes, because there are some that would want to receive such messages.
Let's also take a look at, the window you're talking about in terms of the providers themselves. Do you think that we have enough room as consumers to complain?
Yes, we have enough room as consumers to complain if we want to. There should be a platform where all of us, just like these banks and most organizations these days, even the telecom providers, they have call centers. In some cases, you can call into the call center for 1 hour, you're there, but at least you have a window to complain, to lay your complaint.
Those kind of windows that actually, don't they tend to discourage us from complaining?
No.
Are they run efficiently enough to encourage complaints?
In some cases where you have to call a customer call center, and for the next 1 hour you're there waiting to be attended to, it discourages, but at least there is a window to complain. There is a window for some people who are patient enough. Some of us have had to try over and over again. It's just like phoning into a live television program or a live radio program. Sometimes you are opportune to
air your view.
To air your view. Sometimes you're not, but there is an opportunity. There should be an opportunity for cases like this, and the issue. That's why, for me, going to the National Assembly to complain also about some of these issues was a privilege, because it's not everybody that is opportune or privileged to come on air and discuss these issues. It's not everybody that is privileged to be called upon by the National Assembly to say, look, you've laid a complaint before us and before the entire nation on a national and international televisions, and so we need you to come substantiate.
Let me get something clear here, because once we invited you, when we were talking about local content, because some contractors at that point in time, Nigerians were complaining.
Till now.